Howard Milstein leads a family that has been prominent in business and philanthropy for 3 generations. Known as one of New York's great real estate families, it has been a major force in the development of New York City, the region, and beyond. A leading figure in local, national, and global affairs, Howard is a trusted advisor on economic, civic, and philanthropic matters. Howard has a particular expertise in large infrastructure projects. This was demonstrated in his chairmanship of the New York State Thruway Authority, where he initiated design-build process for the replacement of the Tappan Zee Bridge. He received the Regional Plan Association's Lifetime Achievement Award in 2013 and currently chairs RPA's Committee on Critical Infrastructure and launched the Milstein Forums with RPA in 2016. Howard is also founding chairman of the merchant bank Freeburg Milstein, and an owner and builder of innovative businesses in financial services, technology, sports and entertainment, and consumer goods. And with that, I'm very honored to welcome Howard up to this stage.
Thanks, Kate. Could we run the video again that features John Zuccotti? After all, this is the John Zuccotti Award, and I think people didn't realize that it was on. So do we have the ability to run it again? He was local, but he was international and cosmopolitan. He was intellectual, and he was a people person. And that wide set of interests enabled him to relate to people from all walks of life. John grew up in an ethnic neighborhood in Little Italy. From that beginning, he went to Princeton and then graduated from Yale Law School. After Yale Law School, he was part of what I would call the best and the brightest. Went out to Washington and served under Lindsay. He was a combination of so many excellent qualities, which all became important during the New York City bankruptcy when he was the first deputy mayor. And he was the key to it. It was his critical role to bring everyone together and get New York through its most perilous hour. John's most important legacy was the need for government and the private sector to work together for, in that case, survival, but for maximum benefit over time.
I was asked to talk about public-private partnerships. It's one of those neat words that defies definition.
The essence of what people can learn from John's life and experiences and accomplishments is that when you have a person who both has high horsepower intellectually and a great natural feel and interest in people, combine that with integrity and vision, and you get great results. Now, those qualities are not that easy to find. You get someone as extraordinary as John once in every generation or two. I'm not sure that people can replicate what he did, but they can certainly be guided and aspire to it. I'm particularly delighted that Susan Zuccotti, John's widow, could be with us for this event and this celebration of John's life and of our new recipient of the Zuccotti Prize. Again, thank you, Kate, and thank you for running that tape. And thanks to all of you who are joining us today to celebrate exceptional achievements of a true visionary in urban planning and development. As many of you know, John Zuccotti was a guiding light, mentor, dear friend, and advisor to many of you here today. A savvy urbanist who is a mostly unsung hero. Today, we continue to honor his legacy with the esteemed award, which honors his lifelong passion for planning and city government. We're grateful to the Zuccotti family, and especially John's beloved wife, Susan, who's here with us, for allowing us to use John's name for RPA's highest honor. This award has always gone to distinguished individuals, but today is the first time the RPA is giving the award to a trio of exceptional leaders, the governors of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. Each one of them, Kathy Hochul, Phil Murphy, and Ned Lamont, are worthy of the Zuccotti Award in their own right. But today's award is being given to them not for what they do separately, but for what they do and have done together. When Phil Murphy took the helm of the National Governors Association in July of last year, he captured the spirit of the alliance among today's honorees, saying, "Remember that we are partisans third, governors second, and Americans first." At a time of deep divides among states, they've worked together on regional pandemic policy and the flow of illegal guns into their states. But more to the point of the RPA's mission, they're working on building a regional clean hydrogen hub that will reduce harmful emissions and foster clean economic growth in the tri-state area. Our regional transportation system was among the hardest hit by the pandemic. But instead of slugging it out over the distribution of federal relief funding, our three governors agreed to how to apportion the money among their states. But to my mind, their most collaborative endeavor is Gateway, the most vital infrastructure project in the country. Governors Hochul and Murphy signed an MOU to trigger Phase 1 Gateway projects, the Portal North Bridge and the Hudson Tunnel. Although Ned Lamont didn't need to sign that one, he's a great supporter. He knows that those two projects will ripple through the entire Northeast corridor that is so vital to our nation's economy. And that's where John Zuccotti is involved. He guided RPA's work in adding PATH train access to Newark Airport, promoting redevelopment and public sector improvements around gateway communities, and perhaps most notably, investing in trans-Hudson connections. So John would applaud your collaboration. Last year, we honored Chuck Schumer for his vital role in driving funds to our region. Now, the action happens at the state and local level, where our elected officials need to execute. In John's memory and on behalf of his widow, Susan, and the RPA, I congratulate our three great leaders who so honor John's tradition. Now I will turn the podium over to Ray McGuire, who will share some thoughts before we make the award presentation. Ray?